I was in New Jersey when the first shooter in Dallas, Texas, had some confirmed kills of domestic law enforcement officers, cops, or police. Um, I immediately said to Elder Rufus and Brother Felix, I said, I'm going to tell you right now, with shooting like that, what's going on, I said, that was a veteran. Elder Rufus kind of looked at me. He didn't say anything. He just kind of. News come out, guess what? It was a veteran. Well, told a couple other brothers, especially after the shootings in Louisiana and Baton Rouge there, I said, I'm telling you, it's the work of a veteran again. Somebody who's fed up with the system, fed up with the way they've been treated. I guarantee it. Now it's coming out that the shooter in Baton Rouge, who killed 3 cops and injured 7 of them, was ex-Marine. Why am I saying this? Why am I bringing out this video? And I made another statement. I said, I don't care what cop they got out there on the beat. If they are a cop and they don't have expert military training, they are no match for no veterans. And that's the reason why that all of a sudden there's a coincidence going on. There's a coincidence going on, and you're going to watch our government even more so now start targeting veterans. They're already watching us. They're watching us like hawks as is. It's amazing. You go sign up to defend this country from all enemies, foreign and domestic. We always talk about the foreign, but we never talk about the domestic enemies that we have that are sitting up there in Congress, sitting up there in the outhouse, or excuse me, the White House, and sitting in our own backyard, masquerading as peace officers when they really truly are terrorists, wearing uniforms in different secret societies and everything else. And now, of course, you've done been duped and deceived so much, conspiracy theory, that's what everything is. And with the news media today, with the municipal water supply pumping fluoride, and you have mercury in vaccines inside of your vaccines and stuff, you all but just completely a zombie today. And I know I sound like an idiot. I know, believe me, I know. But I had stated in the video that there ain't no civilian police officer that is a match for any veteran when it comes to a firefight. And I said it once, I'm going to say it again. You can call me all kind of names. You can say I lack empathy, I lack sympathy. You call me whatever you want. But I'm telling you right now, and I'm going to say it again, there is no civilian police officer that is a match for any trained veteran. And I'm going to name some of the groups again. Delta, Force Recon, Navy SEALs, Army Rangers, Special Forces, the 82nd Airborne, JRTC Op 4. I'm naming just groups that are in the military that these guys, that's all that they do. I've been there, done it. I've been there, done it. And the civilian police officers that don't have too much discipline, cocky, whatever you want to call it, exercise little professionalism and restraints, you pick it, call it whatever you want to, but they are no match for a veteran. Why do you think that after the veterans get out that they're forsaken, they're impoverished, our own country turns against them? I mean, our own country even actually turned guns on veterans when they were demanding their pay right after a war. I mean, people just don't know history, totally oblivious. Now we have this movement today where everybody says, to a veteran, well, thank you for your service to our country and stuff. Listen, that is nothing more than a slogan, because while they're doing that, you know how many homeless veterans that is out there? Do you know how many? Do you know how many veterans out there, and you're starting to see this, when they have nothing to lose? I mean, think about it. If they're going to go across the pond because America told them that this is the enemy, And they're going to be putting themselves in hostile situations, may not come home, may die. You think that this spirit that is in them is going to tolerate and continue to keep tolerating injustices because some crooked, sold out judge or some crooked politician has manipulated the jury or manipulated the system, kind of like Hillary Clinton with Benghazi? You think that they're going to sit back and all of a sudden just one day and not continue to keep having this negative news? I don't care how Fox News spin it, how CNN spin it. I don't care. I mean, these people are not idiots. You see, when the veteran is in the military, be you an enlisted, an NCO, or an officer, you usually go in young and you're totally naive to the way that the world functions. And as you go on up through the ranks, you're still totally naive. You don't actually really truly wake up until after you get out of the military. You step back from the conditioning process of taking orders and everything they've given you. And when you start to see the forest for the trees, you're like, what in the world have I been doing? That's what's really going on. And so a lot of veterans today is, man. And then when they start hearing all this stuff that's going on, the injustice and everything, they're going to start taking matters into their own hand. You know why? Because if they are willing to go to some third world country or any other country and die for this wicked country under the pretense of God bless America, or we are all righteous and we're the sum of all wisdom, when they start seeing the system turn against them, when they start seeing the injustices of the system, and especially with the advent of social media, when you just sit there and you just continue to keep, I know how it does. I mean, I even know how it affects me at times when I sit up there and I put too much negative things in front of me. And you see all these social ills going on. You see the racial profiling. You see all these things going on. Man, anybody would pick up anything they got and say, you know what? What good is it for me to live another day? I'm going to do something. It makes no difference. I'm going to die anyway. I'm going out. If I could go out for this country, then guess what? Might as well go out the right way. I'm going to do something to make an impact, get my name written down in history books. That ain't even the issue. But just to bring attention to the injustices that is going on. You know, if Thomas Jefferson was alive today, you know what he'd do? He would scold us. He will scold us half to death for the cowards that we have become in this nation. A nation of cowards. So-called, we're ruled by laws. Yeah, wicked laws. By wicked people who make these laws and don't care nothing about any of us. And the chickens are coming on the roost. People are seeing the forest for trees that are seeing the forest and the trees, and they're getting literally just sick and tired of being used and abused, tagged, fingerprinted, surveillance, watched. I mean, and now, I told you, we've upped the ante. I had somebody on a video just a minute ago. Well, Pastor, why is it a big deal for for them to use a bomb to go in and kill the guy in Dallas? Because you next. That's the reason why. See, the problem with many of you people out there, you don't have any experience to where you can speak to people like myself. Because when you see something like that, when the government becomes judge, jury, and executioner, type in Christopher Dorner. Type in that and see what happened. When a veteran, he was an officer, he ratted out the police department, and you watch and see how much firepower the police department brought up on that man in California, and they killed him. But it sure did take a whole bunch of them to do it too. Think about that for a second. See, we have short-term memory in this country. We don't remember too much of anything. Type in Christopher Dorner. And you see what happens, because it's going to take 400, 500, 600 police officers. They're going to use state, local, federal, They're going to use the ATF, the FBI. They're going to bring everything for bear and centralize in one area over 1 or 2 or 3 people. They will. They'll use all the resources at their hand. Let's just tell the truth. We're in a police state. That's where we're at. And some people can see it. Some people can't. Do I agree with people dying, be they in a uniform or civilian? No. I think that we need some reforming in this country. But I'm gonna tell you right now, there ain't no civilian cop, meaning that he doesn't have military background or military training. He is no match for a soldier. And when you look at these latest shootings right here, you can clearly tell that these vets, they know they're going to die. They know they're going in it to die. They will do the same thing with going to war for this country. They don't care. They have confirmed kills. They have casualties. They've made a statement. And you know what the only thing it's going to do? I'm going to tell you what it's going to do. It's going to light a fire, and it's going to continue to keep growing. You're going to see more police being shot. You're going to see more people taking justice into their own hands, since our justice system is corrupt to the lowest parts of hell. You ever been into a courtroom? See what kind of justice you get? The whole thing is a lie. It's all built on lies. Have you ever been pulled over before? Cops start asking you a series of questions and stuff. It's all built on lies. See, in the justice system that they have given us, it's all about, listen to me very closely, listen to me. It's all about strategy. There's no such thing in that system as truth or lie. Whoever can come up with the best strategy, that means even if you lie half to death in order to get yourself off or acquitted, long as you get a win. You know, I'm sorry that I don't have eyes wide shut like many people. I'm sorry I don't ignore the real facts and the real issues that are at hand. But I'm going to tell all veterans right now, you already been targeted, but guess what? You really getting ready to be surveillance now. I mean, I live in this little town right here. We're not a threat to this town, but boy, you ought to see how they respond and act to us. Woo! Mercy me. Now, we do prepare ourselves for defense. We do. We prepare ourselves for a lot of things. Because you don't get to pick the day, the hour, or the time when evil comes your way, but you better be prepared. Veterans, you get ready. Because all these incidents and everything is taking place, we're getting ready to be profiled. You know, you can do with it what you want. You can believe these lying sheriffs that Fox News put up there, and they act like they some type of hawks when they nothing but a bunch of chickens because they wear a badge and have a gun. They call themselves a sheriff because somebody elected in an office and stuff to try to manipulate, coerce, and deceive. But these boogers are out of touch. America's out of touch. We've lost our country. Well, what's going to take place? I'm going to tell you what's going to take place. A revolution is coming. Going to be a lot of bloodshed because there's no revolution without blood being shed. Just a fact. We're looking at a changing world. We don't like what's happening to this country. And some people are willing to die, shed blood to be martyrs in order for it to change. That's the University of the Painful Truth. My name is Pastor Dow. See this website, online-church.org? You go there sometime and view some of our messages. You might learn something. You might learn something. Because I speak like no other pastor does in America.